Welcome back to the Motivated Mind Zone. Glad to have you here. Today we are grabbing our verbal toolkit and taking what I think is a massive shortcut, not just to, being okay with language, but to really mastering it.
Exactly.
You, our listener, you value thorough knowledge, right? And you know that getting beyond those basic, maybe 250 words we use all the time, well, that's key. It helps you sound and honestly feel more intelligent, more precise.
Hmm.
So this deep dive, it's an analysis, really, of this huge resource. Someone called it the mother of all vocabulary videos, apparently. It's packed with advanced words and importantly connects them to visual and emotional context.
That's right. And our mission today, just to be clear,
Right.
isn't just reading a dictionary. No way.
Definitely not.
The goal is to pull out those, let's call them nuggets of knowledge, the nuances, the context, what a word really implies, and how you can use it, right away. We've sort of grouped these high-impact words. First, the internal landscape, emotions, sensations, that kind of stuff. Then personality and traits. And finally, the physical world, textures, colors, weather.
Sounds good.
We really want you to finish this knowing exactly when and why you'd pick one advanced word over a simpler one for maximum impact,
Okay, let's get into it. Starting where communication often begins, inside the human experience. We want to move beyond just good or bad. We need to capture that full spectrum, which can be messy sometimes, right? The internal life.
Absolutely. And where better to start than with a strong emotion? Let's talk about anger.
Anger. Yeah, perfect example of why getting specific matters.
It really is. We all know angry.
Hmm.
But what happens when it ramps up? From just being annoyed to, well, total fury.
Right. And we've got three really great alternatives here that kind of track that escalation. First up,
Enraged.
enraged.
Okay.
This describes a deep anger, but often it's still kind of internal, like a simmering heat. The example in the source material was spot on, I thought. Tom became enraged when the agent couldn't sort his problem.
Oh, yeah, I could picture that. It's that feeling of being seriously wronged, isn't it? Really agitated inside.
Totally. But then it can escalate to furious.
Right, furious. And this is where it starts to show, where control slips a bit.
Exactly. The feeling becomes an action. If Tom was already furious, he couldn't help but yell into the phone. The yelling, the raised voice, maybe even shaking, it's all part of being furious.
So it's explosive, active,
Yeah,
not just internal simmering anymore.
precisely. And then at the very top of the scale, livid.
Livid. Okay, that sounds intense.
It is. If you're livid, you are experiencing the most extreme anger possible. It suggests this, cold, deep, white-hot fury. The source said the agent's response only made him more livid.
Wow. So it's almost moved beyond just rage. It's like this consuming state.
Yeah, the anger has taken over everything else. It's systemic, not just a temporary flare-up.
Okay, that's a really clear progression. Moving from that heat, let's shift to something maybe a bit cooler, but just as complex. Sadness.
Good idea. Simple sad just doesn't give you much texture, does it?
Not at all. But the alternatives, they immediately give you nuance, especially thinking about where the sadness comes from or how long it lasts.
Okay, first one is, well, it's a beautiful word, I think. Melancholy.
Melancholy.
What I love about this one is that it often describes sadness without an obvious cause. It's kind of wistful, it lingers. The example was Maria feeling melancholy since graduating college.
Right, that quiet, almost poetic sadness. Like after a big chapter ends or you lose something you can't quite name.
Yeah, it's often quiet, reflective.
Which contrasts nicely with glum.
Glum. Yeah, that feels different. Shorter, heavier.
Exactly. Glum is just feeling down. Like the example, she couldn't shake the glum feeling. It doesn't have that same sort of philosophical weight as melancholy. It's just heavy, a drop in mood.
Okay. And then there's sorrowful.
Sorrowful. A bit more formal, maybe?
Yeah.
Slightly old-fashioned sounding?
Yeah, maybe. But it's super precise. If you're sorrowful, you are literally full of sorrow. It implies a specific, often quite deep, source of pain.
Like the example, she was sorrowful and felt so alone. It really points to that deep internal pain, maybe from loss or heartbreak.
Definitely. So melancholy for the vague, lingering sadness, glum for just feeling down, and sorrowful for deep, specific pain.
Nicely put. Okay, let's flip the switch. Let's talk positive intensity, moving beyond just interesting or happy.
Right. Especially when something really grabs your attention. Getting the right word here makes a big difference.
Totally. We've got three really potent ones, starting with mesmerizing.
Ooh, mesmerizing. That's a gorgeous word.
Isn't it? It suggests something stunning, usually visual, that just holds you, hypnotizes you almost. The source used fireworks as an example. The fireworks were mesmerizing. It's about that total sensory absorption.
Makes sense. And related to that is captivating. How is that different?
Well, captivating specifically means it captures your attention and interest. It might not just be visual, it could be an emotional hook or intellectual. We talk about being frozen in their captivating beauty. It stops you in your tracks, mentally too.
Okay, so mesmerizing is more sensory hold. Captivating is attention and interest.
Yeah.
What about spellbinding? Is that just even more mesmerizing?
That's a good question. I think spellbinding suggests it's so gripping it feels like you're actually under a spell, like literally frozen.
Ah, okay.
It often implies a story or a performance, something unfolding that makes you totally suspend disbelief. The example about replaying the spellbinding events in your head, it connects that magical feeling to the memory. It's probably the highest level of being gripped by something.
Got it. Mesmerizing, captivating, spellbinding, different shades of holding attention. Now let's do the same for happy, mood and intensity.
Right. Avoiding plain happy. First, cheery.
Cheery, simple, light.
Yeah. A buoyant, good mood. A cheery mood swept in with the autumn breeze. It's pleasant, maybe a bit fleeting, sometimes linked to something nice like the weather.
Okay. Then, elated. That sounds stronger.
It is. Elated is a step up. It's happiness about something specific, often real joy or even triumph. Brenda was elated by the sights and smells in the park, and a clear reaction to something positive, a definite spike in joy.
Right, a high point. And then, contrasting with sorrowful from earlier, we have gleeful.
Gleeful, full of glee, full of infectious happiness. The beauty of autumn made her gleeful. It suggests something maybe a bit more unrestrained, even childlike sometimes. Pure, overt joy.
Cheery, elated, gleeful. Nice range.
Okay, let's quickly cover the last few internal states here. Fear, worry, confusion. Starting with alternatives for afraid.
Okay. If someone is full of fear, we can use fearful. Jerry is very fearful of thunder.
Right.
It implies a kind of chronic anxiety about a specific thing.
Right. Compare that to alarmed.
Alarmed. That feels sudden, sharp.
Exactly, like the jolt from a fire alarm. He gets extremely alarmed and hides. It's that immediate reactive fright.
And then there's the feeling after the scare, rattled.
Rattled. That's a great word for it.
Yeah, it's that shocky feeling when your system hasn't quite calmed down yet. It's hard to calm someone when they're so rattled. It's like being emotionally shaken up.
Persistent disorientation. Good one. Okay, what about general upset?
We can use distressed. He couldn't hide his distressed face. It implies that the worry or suffering is visible. You can see it.
Often needing some kind of help or intervention.
Yeah. Or maybe it's not visible. Maybe it's agitated.
Agitated. Internal unrest.
Exactly. Anxious, tense, maybe reactive, but they might be trying to hide it. He was agitated, but wouldn't let on what was bothering him, that internal turbulence.
Which can often lead to feeling unsettled.
Unsettled, the opposite of at ease.
Right. It's that low-level, nagging unease. Not panic, but just not right. Things feel off. He just sat there feeling unsettled, a quiet instability.
Okay. And finally, confused. Got some good ones here. I like befuddled.
Befuddled. It just sounds confused, doesn't it?
It does. The new engineer was befuddled by the software. It seems perfect for that kind of technical, overwhelming confusion.
Yeah, mentally swamped. We also have foggy.
Foggy. Great metaphor. Your brain isn't clear.
Exactly, like fog is blocking your view or your memory.
Ugh.
Everything he learned was foggy in his
Yeah.
mind. He couldn't access the information clearly.
And then baffled. The source mentioned this is quite British.
It can be, yeah. Often used when something is just completely impossible to understand. He hocked around, baffled by what to do. It implies this pure state of being mentally blocked. Sometimes it's even a bit humorous.
Okay. Befuddled, foggy, baffled, all shades of confused.
Right. So we've kind of calibrated our emotional vocabulary now, haven't we? Moving from simple anger all the way to being livid. Let's take that precision and turn it outwards.
Okay. Part 2. Personality traits, energy, describing people.
Yeah. This is where language really defines character, I think. Let's start simple. Friendly. What's better?
First up, sociable. Now, this is different from just friendly, isn't it?
How simple?
Well, sociable implies you actually enjoy interacting and talking. You seek out company. My dad has always been a sociable guy. You can be polite and friendly without wanting a long chat, but sociable means you welcome it.
That's a great distinction.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
Tender. This is more about kindness, warmth, gentleness, maybe. He has a tender way of dealing with people. It suggests a soft character, empathy.
Nice. And the slightly fancier one. Affable.
Ah, affable. Yeah, the source called it a bit posh or formal. Good-natured, easy to talk to. When would you actually use a word like that? Seems a bit much sometimes.
It depends on the context, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Using affable elevates the description. It suggests social polish, refinement. If you say someone is affable and caring, you're praising both their warmth and their sort of effortless agreeableness. It's a strong, positive trait.
Okay, makes sense. Use it when you want to suggest that extra layer of social grace. Now, the flip side, negative traits. Bad moods, meanness.
Right. If someone's in a bad mood, first, grumpy.
Grumpy, like the dwarf. Instantly recognizable, right? Obvious body language. Kim claims she wasn't grumpy, despite looking it.
We all know that look. Then, crabby.
Crabby, like a crab, apt analogy. Irritable, might snap.
Yeah. Implies a kind of unwarranted sourness. I wasn't sure if it was lack of sleep that made her crabby. It often feels a bit unreasonable.
And cranky, is that similar?
Very similar, but often specifically linked to lack of sleep or maybe physical discomfort. The good thing about cranky is it often feels temporary. The example about the walk helping suggests it's fixable, not who they fundamentally are.
Grumpy, crabby, cranky. All shades of irritable. But what about actual meanness? Deeper negativity.
Okay. First, bitter.
Bitter. Johnny turned bitter when the swings were closed, so it's anger about something specific, but it's soured, lingered.
Yeah, exactly. That anger has turned into this lasting resentment. Then there's disgruntled.
Disgruntled. He was disgruntled and didn't want to ride his bike. This feels more like dissatisfaction, disappointment.
Yeah, often feeling unfairly treated or having hopes dashed. It can come across as quite passive-aggressive sometimes.
Right, and the strongest one here, venomous.
Venomous, like snake venom, full of hatred, bad feelings. The words themselves feel poisonous, destructive. He yelled out venomous words.
Wow, so this isn't just being mean. This is active verbal poison.
Absolutely. You reserve venomous for really extreme negative interactions. Very strong word.
Okay, noted. Let's shift back to positive traits. Upgrading brave.
First, courageous. Arthur is a courageous man, puts his life on the line. This suggests not just physical bravery, but maybe moral strength, too. Intentional risk-taking.
Definitely. Then gallant.
Gallant. Heroism without needing applause. His gallant efforts go unnoticed. It really speaks to noble character, selflessness, chivalry, almost.
Yeah, it has that feel. And daring.
Daring emphasizes the risk-taking itself. Being adventurous, maybe seeking a thrill or challenge. His daring job calls him to new challenges, more about the action than the moral quality, perhaps.
Courageous, gallant, daring. Got it. What about likable? We need better words for that, too.
We do. And these suggest respect, not just charm. First, Revered.
Revered, that's a lovely word. Deep respect, admiration. Candace has a revered, bubbly personality. People really hold her in high esteem.
Then enviable. Used positively here.
Right, a trait so good it inspires a little bit of envy. Her enviable smile made people feel comforted. It's a genuine compliment.
And finally, admirable. Worthy of admiration. Often for moral or intellectual qualities. She listens without judgment, which is admirable. That points to maturity, grace, respect over simple charm.
Revered, enviable, admirable. All strong ways to say more than just likable. Okay, let's talk energy, moving beyond energetic.
Right. We have frisky.
Frisky, usually for animals, right? Playful, full of beans, like Rocky the dog being frisky. The spontaneous, bouncy energy.
Exactly. And speaking of animals, the source mentioned that brief point about pronouns.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. Using he or she or they for pets like Alfonso the cat or Diego the dog because we have a relationship with them.
Right. Whereas you might use it for, say, an ant or something impersonal. The pronoun choice reflects that connection, that relational investment.
It really does. Language reflecting relationship. Okay, back to energy words. We also have lively.
Lively, high spirits, active. He needs time to exercise his legs. Just animated, full of life force.
Spirited. How's that different from lively?
Spirited implies more than just activity. It suggests determination, maybe ambition. Rocky's spirited attitude keeps them active. It's got a bit more resilience to it, determined energy.
Frisky, lively, spirited, good upgrades. Now the opposite. Boring.
Oof, yes. First, dull.
Dull. Little color, little light, little interest. School can be so dull. It can apply to lots of things. Color, feeling, mood.
Yeah. Compare that to drab.
Drab. Similar but more visual, right? Lack of color. Sitting with drab textbooks. More about the appearance or scenery.
Precisely. But the ultimate word for soul-crushing boredom, tedious.
Tedious, boring, slow, monotonous. What's the key difference here?
Tedious implies repetition, often pointless effort that achieves little. It makes you mentally tired. I just find all of it so tedious. It's boredom that actually drains you.
Got it. Dull, drab, tedious. Different flavors of uninteresting. Finally, for this section, strange.
Okay. Starting with peculiar.
Peculiar. My boss dressing as Big Bird for a bike race. Unusual, maybe eccentric, but not, like, shocking.
Yeah, quirky perhaps.
Yeah.
Then bizarre.
Bizarre. Now that sounds more extreme. Wildly unconventional, odd, maybe unsettling. He showed up in a bizarre costume. Really breaks the mold.
Definitely. And the last one, uncanny.
Uncanny. Strange and hard to explain. Almost supernatural.
Yes. It often sets someone apart. That uncanny thinking sets him apart. It suggests a powerful, almost mysterious distinctiveness or skill.
Peculiar, bizarre, uncanny. A great spectrum for strangeness.
Okay, that wraps up personality and traits. Shall we move into part 3, the physical world?
Let's do it. This is where language gets really sensory, engaging sight and touch, textures, colors, and everyone's favorite topic, especially in some places, the weather.
Yes. Let's start with texture, moving beyond just soft. First, downy.
Downy, like soft fur or fluff, right? The stuffed rabbit's downy fur suggests fine, light filaments.
Exactly. Then velvety, specific to that luxurious feel of velvet fabric.
And silky, smooth, soft, maybe suggests a flowing movement, stroking a silky label.
Now for rough. First, rutted.
Rutted, like roads with dips and grooves. From wheels or water, the rutted roads of the outback.
Perfect example. We also have just plain bumpy terrain, uneven, and pitted.
Pitted. Lots of small holes or pits, like a damaged surface. Avoid the most pitted areas.
Right. So pitted is holes, rutted is grooves. Subtle but important difference. Now for smooth. Let's upgrade to sleek.
Sleek. Alexandra wished the ice was sleeker. Often used for hair, cars, streamlined, modern smoothness.
Yeah, exactly. Then glassy.
Glassy. Shiny, perfect, reflective. Like a glassy complexion or a perfect ice rink.
And polished. Made smoother, often deliberately. Suggests a high-quality finish. Effort has gone in.
Sleek, glassy, polished. Okay. What about describing bubbles?
We have the elegant word effervescent.
Effervescent, fizzing, bubbling, like in drinks or even for a personality. Pedro's obsessed with the effervescent layer on his coffee.
Yes. Then frothy. Covered with bubbles, often a substantial airy layer.
And foamy, smaller bubbles.
Yeah, foamy suggests smaller, denser bubbles, often creating a creamy foam, like on a latte. Effervescent, frothy, foamy.
Got it. Now, sticky. 3 options here focusing on how thick it is. First, gooey.
Gooey. Like glue. Often for melted stuff, like ice cream turning into a gooey mess. Thick and often messy.
Then syrupy, like thick, sugary liquid. You end up all syrupy, often feels a bit negative, maybe too sweet.
Can do, yeah. And tacky. This one's interesting.
Tacky. Sticks for a moment, needs effort to pull apart, like old tape. Clear up the tacky mess.
Exactly. Gooey, syrupy, tacky. Different kinds of stickiness. Lastly, for texture, worn. Things that are used or old.
Okay. We have shabby.
Shabby, tired, a bit old, maybe neglected, like those shabby red shoes.
Then threadbare. That sounds more extreme.
It is. So worn there's nearly a hole you can almost see the threads. Completely threadbare.
And frayed, where the threads are actually sticking out, broken at the edges, frayed patches on elbows or knees.
Precisely. Shabby, threadbare, frayed. Degrees of wear and tear.
Okay, texture's covered. Now, color. So important for vivid description. Let's ditch basic black.
Absolutely. We have inky. Makes you think of dark liquid, oil.
Yeah, or raven. Black with that hint of blue, like the bird. Very striking.
And onyx.
Onyx, like the stone. Deep, saturated black. Good for describing landscapes or something solid and dark.
Exactly. Knowing inky versus onyx adds immediate depth. Let's do red.
Okay. Crimson, deep, rich red. Often sounds kind of royal or like blood, collecting crimson flowers.
Then scarlet, brighter red, right? Vivid, flashy. The scarlet hue of petals in the sun.
And ruby, dark red like the jewel, concentrated color. Ruby buds, crimson scarlet ruby.
Nice. Okay, blue. Sapphire. Dark, bright, jewel-toned blue. The sky turns sapphire.
Then denim, the actual color of jeans. Using that for clouds is interesting, denim clouds. Suggests texture, maybe?
It does, yeah. Rugged, maybe. And navy. Very dark, classic blue. Navy mountains in the distance.
Sapphire, denim, navy.
Okay.
White, it can be cream. Warm white, bit of yellow. Good for interiors, soft thing.
Or pearl. White with a shimmer. Pearl mug. Suggests luminosity.
And off-white. More grayish, not quite bright, like old paper or dull paint. An off-white tray.
Good distinctions. Yellow.
Yes.
We have canary yellow.
Mm.
Bright, almost neon, like the bird.
Yeah.
A canary yellow tablecloth.
Then amber. More orange yellow-brown, like old resin warm amber walls.
And buttery, like butter. Positive, warm feeling. Buttery light shining through. Canary amber, buttery.
Lovely. Brown. We have cinnamon. Reddish brown, like the spice. Warm undertone. Cinnamon leaves.
Then ochre, lighter earthy brown, often for dry soil or trees. Ochre trees.
And khaki. Greenish brown. Camouflage color. A khaki canopy. Cinnamon ochre. Khaki.
And finally green, needs specificity. Emerald, dark, bright jewel green, emerald leaves.
Then olive. Muted gray-green. Like olive tree leaves. Subtle. Olive stems.
And jade. Bright green, almost turquoise like the stone. Vibrant, fresh. Jade leaves of kale. Emerald, olive jade.
Okay, that's a fantastic palette of colors. Now, the weather.
Ah, yes, the main event for some.
Yeah.
Nuances everything here. So rainy, we can say drizzly.
Drizzly. That annoying, persistent light rain that just hangs around. London's known for drizzly days.
Definitely. Or showery. Short bursts of rain coming and going.
And damp. Not soaking wet, but you feel the water in the air on surfaces. Lingering moisture. Damp days need an umbrella.
Exactly. Now, stormy. The alternative suggests things are getting worse. It can be inclement.
Inclement. Formal word, right? Harsh, unpleasant weather. Weather went from sunny to inclement.
Yeah, or raging. The sky seems angry, violent. Raging winds begin to whip.
And turbulent. Clouds, twisting, darkening. Suggest chaos in the atmosphere. Turbulent cloud.
Inclement, raging, turbulent, escalation. Okay, windy. A common one is blustery.
Blustery, strong, noisy wind, shocked by the blustery weather.
Yeah. A lighter, nicer wind is breezy. Welcome on a hot day.
And gusty, short, powerful blasts of wind, strong enough to break your umbrella. Gusty weather.
Blustery, breezy, gusty. Different strengths. Now, hot. It can be blazing.
Blazing, sun burning down intensely. It's blazing outside.
Or blistering. So hot it could actually cause blisters. Blistering heat. Sounds painful.
Yeah. And sweltering, really high temperature, makes it hard to move, sticky. Sweltering summer days.
Blazing, blistering, sweltering. Degrees of heat. Now cold. It can be frigid.
Frigid, extremely cold temperatures, frigid temperatures of winter.
Or biting. So cold it feels like it bites you. Hurts the skin. Brave the biting winds.
And piercing, even stronger, feels like it goes right through you. Piercing cold temperatures. Sounds painful too.
Frigid, biting, piercing. Degrees of cold. What about warm? Pleasant warmth that can be mild.
Mild, pleasant, not too hot or cold, often used for seasons changing. First mild day of autumn.
Or temperate. Good, moderate temperature. Often used for climate. A temperate climate was perfect.
And just plain comfy. Comfortable temperature, enjoying the comfy temperature. Nice and simple.
Mild, temperate, comfy. Good range. Finally, for weather, cloudy. It can be overcast.
Overcast, sun completely hidden, an overcast sky.
Or dreary. Dull, depressing. Not much light getting through. A dreary day. Affects the mood.
Yeah. And gloomy, even more depressing gray weather. A gloomy sky turned into a downpour.
Overcast, dreary, gloomy. Mood matters. And the opposite, clear, can be cloudless.
Cloudless, no clouds at all. A cloudless sky stretched for miles.
Or bright, sun shining brightly. Often implies cheerfulness. A bright day meant a cheerful mood.
And simply sunny. Lots of sun, no clouds. Everyone longed for sunny days. Cloudless, bright, sunny.
Phew, that's a lot of weather words, but so useful. Ready for the final part? Part 4.
Absolutely. Taste, appearance, and time. Final descriptive areas crucial for things like food writing, architecture, getting those last details right.
Let's start with flavor. Sweet. Alternatives include treacly.
Treacly, like treacle, that thick brown syrup. The icing was so treacly. Does it sometimes seem overly sentimental too?
It can, yes, that's a great point. A treacly movie, for example. So, context is key. Then just sugary, full of sugar.
And sickly, so sweet or rich it makes you feel a bit ill. A sickly dessert.
Treacly, sugary, sickly, good range. Now salty. Specific uses here. Briny.
Briny. Only for salt water, right? The briny air by the sea.
Exactly. Then brackish. Mix of fresh and salt water. Brackish water in my face.
And saline. More technical, says saline taste left on my lips.
Briny, brackish, saline. Water context is key. Okay, bitter, like grapefruit, can be harsh.
Or astringent, that feeling that makes your mouth pucker. Dry, wildly different from other citrus.
Yes, and acrid. Sharp, maybe slightly unpleasant, chemical. Add sugar to get rid of the acrid flavor. Harsh, astringent, acrid, different kinds of bitterness. Now sour, like lemons, can be acidic.
Acidic ice-cold lemonade makes sense. Or sharp, cutting intensity.
And tangy, often pleasant, strong, sharp flavor. Refers to aroma, too. A tangy aroma.
Acidic, sharp, tangy. Got it. Creamy. Indulgent words here. Rich.
Rich, high fat, lots of cream. Indulgent, deep flavor saturation. Rich chocolate mousse.
Then milky. Lighter, like homemade ice cream, suggests the milk base.
Mm-hmm. And luscious. Even more indulgent than creamy, more sensual. A luscious treat. Sounds very desirable.
Rich, milky, luscious. Yum. Okay, spicy can be just hot.
Hot, yeah. Referring to that temperature sensation on the tongue. A hot curry.
Or peppery. Lots of pepper emphasizes that specific spice. Peppery sauce.
And fiery. Really hot and spicy. Implies vivid intensity, almost painful. Memories of that fiery dish.
Hot, peppery, fiery. Good scale for spice. Okay, moving to appearance and form. Tall.
Could be gangly. Long legs, often a bit awkward, maybe young, not always a compliment. A gangly build.
Or lanky. Similar. Long limbs, tall, thin. Also maybe slightly awkward. Lanky and awkward as a child.
Yeah. Or just descriptive. Long-legged. A long-legged powerhouse. Neutral. Gangly, lanky, long-legged. Got it. High for buildings. They can be soaring. Soaring skyscrapers. Emphasizes height, upward movement, or towering. Like a tall tower, imposing, towering glass structures.
And lofty suggests height, but maybe also superiority,
Yeah.
grandness, lofty buildings.
Soaring, towering, lofty. Different connotations of height. Small. We have petite.
Petite, from French, right. Usually implies dainty, delicate, wanted a petite puppy.
Then just tiny, very small. And wee.
Wee, particularly Scottish, isn't it? Means little. Oh, wee dog, charming.
Petite, tiny, wee. Good options. Thin, like flamingos. Can be lean.
Lean, without fat, maybe muscular. Healthy thinness.
Right. Or scraggly. Very thin, maybe too thin. Uneven, poor appearance, like scraggly pink twigs. Not usually positive.
And slim, a nice neutral way to say thin, implies just right.
Lean, scraggly, slim. Important differences. Okay. Wide can be broad.
Broad, like a stage, substantial width, or spacious.
Spacious. Lots of space, room to move. A spacious theater.
Big
And
on
vast.
vast, very big, immense scale, maybe even infinite, a vast space. Broad, spacious, vast.
The opposite, narrow, can be slender. Often suggests grace, elegance, slender alleyways.
Or tight, hard to move, confining, tight spaces, and cramped.
Cramped, no room to move at all. Though the source mentioned the funny side, cramped space meant you could easily talk to your neighbor. Forced closeness.
Aha! Slender, tight, cramped. Okay? Attractive, like a palace. Can be alluring.
Alluring suggests mystery, magnetic appeal. Scrolling through the alluring palace. Or enticing.
Enticing, attractive and exciting, draws you in. Enticing paintings and glamorous.
Glamorous. Attractive and luxurious. Opulent. Glamorous chandeliers. Alluring, enticing, glamorous.
Dirty can be disheveled.
Disheveled. Untidy. Often appearance after effort. Returned from rugby, completely disheveled.
Or grimy, covered in sticky dirt or soot left her grimy boots.
And grubby, common word for just covered in dirt. Mom would be livid if the floor was grubby. Disheveled, grimy, grubby.
Okay. Plain like a room, can be ordinary, nothing special, fairly ordinary.
Or simple. Minimal accessories, often intentional. Likes to keep things simple. And conventional.
Conventional, following norms, standard. Conventional style but feels homely. Ordinary, simple, conventional.
Finally, for appearance, ugly. Like misshapen fruit. We can use unsightly.
Unsightly, not nice to look at. People don't choose unsightly fruits. Or just unattractive.
And it is
displeasing.
displeasing.
Yeah.
And the source had that lovely paradox.
Yeah.
Fewer people touch the displeasing fruits.
So they are beautiful on the inside, untouched. That really does reframe it. Beauty versus utility. Okay, last category, age and time.
Right. Young can be adolescent.
Yeah.
That specific time between childhood and adulthood.
Yeah.
Teenage years. First year teaching adolescent children.
Or youthful, full of youth energy, often a compliment. Youthful energy filled the classroom.
And juvenile can mean young, but often used negatively, right? Acting young inappropriately. Some behavior was a bit juvenile, usually an insult for adults.
As adolescent, youthful, juvenile, got it. Old can be elderly. Respectful term, father was an elderly man.
Or the phrase getting on, meaning getting older. Getting on, but answered with a youthful spirit.
Elderly, getting on. Okay. New can be pristine.
Pristine. New and absolutely perfect, untouched. A pristine pair of shoes. Or mint.
Mint. New and perfect, like mint condition for collectibles. Keep them in mint condition and just fresh.
Fresh. Newly made or acquired. What's the point of keeping them fresh if you don't use them? Pristine. Mint. Fresh.
Okay. Modern. Architecture, for example, can be present day. What's happening now? Present day architecture.
Oh, current. Trendy, flashy designs that are happening right now. Designs that are current. And contemporary?
Contemporary. Cutting edge. Belonging to the current artistic movement. Contemporary designs won't stand the test of time. Present day, current, contemporary.
Nuances. Fast. Drivers, maybe, can be nimble, quick and agile, moving easily. A
Nimble
nimble delivery driver.
or agile, able to move easily and quickly. Flexible, agile, and never misses a delivery. And
The
swift.
Swift, quick and without issues. Smooth. Swift movements look like a dance. Grace plus speed. Nimble, agile, swift.
And finally, relaxed, can be easygoing. Not easily stressed. Sister is not easygoing.
Or carefree, without worries. Truly carefree in a hammock.
Meh.
And unhurried.
Unhurried, not in a rush, taking time. Unhurried moments to truly decompress. Easygoing, carefree, unhurried.
And that's the final set.
Wow. Okay. We have covered a truly immense vocabulary set in this deep dive. Seriously, well over 250 words, running the whole gamut, really, of human experience.
We really agree.
We went from, calibrating anger from just enraged all the way to utterly livid through to describing the most luscious taste and those uncanny personality traits. You, listening, you now have a much wider, much more precise verbal toolkit.
And that's the key takeaway, isn't it? The real value for you isn't just knowing the words exist, it's understanding the practical nuances.
Exactly.
It's knowing that drab is mostly visual, while tedious is about that draining mental effort. Knowing that helps you express yourself so much more completely, whether it's, at work or in creative writing.
Mm-hmm.
And fundamentally, it helps you understand complex stuff faster. Your brain has a richer database to pull from. You go from just getting the gist to high-definition understanding instantly.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So here's our final provocative thought for you to chew on.
Okay.
Consider the link between having this big vocabulary in your memory. If using these specific sensory words like onyx for black or briny for salty or mesmerizing for interesting, if that creates a stronger, more sensory connection in your brain, does actively pursuing advanced language actually change how we observe the world, how we store memories of it?
That's a fascinating question. Does richer language lead to richer memories? We encourage you, really. Test it out.
Yeah.
Take your next sensory experience. Could be your coffee, a chat with someone just stepping outside.
Yeah.
Force yourself to describe it using, say, 3 of the advanced words we talked about today.
Also.
And just notice, did it change how you perceive that moment? Did it make you focus on a detail you might have otherwise missed? Something to think about.
Definitely something to think about. That's it for this deep dive. Until next time, keep that mind motivated.